My name is Heather Digdon, and I'm an artisan bread baker. I have been baking bread, it'll be 4 years in July. It took about 3 years to get the business off the ground once I started working towards that goal. The biggest obstacle was finding a location. When I travel, I visit bakeries, and I like to get ideas for new breads from that. And I also I'm always reading cookbooks, bread book cookbooks. My favorite type of bread to bake is ciabatta, because the dough changes so much when you're working with it, and it amazes me that this really wet, slack dough becomes this beautiful, airy loaf of bread. What makes making the bread challenging is changing conditions within the bakery. When there is a season change with big fluctuations in temperature or humidity, then that is challenging to make the bread. A typical day for me at the bakery is getting there around 4 a.m., taking the doughs that were mixed the day before out of the refrigerator, shaping the doughs, putting them in the proof box, letting them rise, and then baking them and packaging them up. Most of my breads are a 3-day process. Day 1, I make the pre-ferments and the soakers. Day 2, I make the doughs. And day 3, I shape and bake the bread. Several customers, when they've had my bread, have said that it's taken them back to a moment in their past, whether it was a trip to Europe or a grandmother who baked bread, and that always feels nice when eating my bread is more than just eating the bread. It takes them to another memory.